Hey, yo, what's happening? My name is Jarrod Glandt. This is Young Hustlers on the Cardone Zone every Thursday, noon, East Coast Standard Time. Dude, we come here to bring you information on how you can increase your sales, increase your motivation, and make more money. Get the bag, son. That's what we're talking about here. And this show is a really, really important show because there were points where I didn't have a lot of production in my life. There were points where I didn't have a lot of confidence in my life. And so, like, when you're in that moment and you don't have the confidence you want, you're not getting the results that you want, and you feel stuck, it's really hard to, like, work through, like, how to get out of it. And so the purpose of today's show is to give you 5 ways that you can increase your results, which really increases your performance. 5 steps, it's a process. 5 steps to increase your performance, to increase results, to increase your confidence, to increase your income. This is a really, really simple formula. And I was able to basically kind of piece this all together because after I started producing, I wanted to figure out like what worked, so that if it happens again, I could work my way through it. So love to take your calls today. You can call in at 305-865-8668, 305-865-8668. By the way, the information that I'm covering today comes right out of CardoneU.com. $10,000 program that you can now get for only $99 a month. No contracts. Dude, the most valuable thing, if you're watching this show and you have CardoneU.com and you're not in the Facebook group, please call the office. We'll make sure that your account gets synced up with Facebook and that you get invited into the group. But this Facebook group is awesome. So much networking, so many people connecting, people in like industries sharing best practices. Dude, it's so awesome. I'm so excited to see that happening. So if you have Cardone U and you're not in the Facebook group yet, get in the group. Call the office, 310-777-0255. If you are on Cardone U and you're in the Facebook group, post your questions, engage with people, because it's truly probably one of the most productive communities that we've ever built in terms of getting stuff that you can actually plug into your business. And if you're not on Cardone U yet, obviously sign up. So I'm going to do a little drawing on the board today because I like to find formulas. I like to have systems. I like to have flows. It helps me understand what to do, what's next. So it's basically like a to-do list. When I build lists for myself, to-do lists, I get more done. And so if you're in a moment or a position where you're not getting stuff done, and that could be projects at work, that could be you're not getting sales done, you're not increasing your productivity or income, then it's really important that you could like consolidate your focus in one area and say, hey, what can I do to move one step forward out of the muck that I'm in, or out of the mud, or out of the stuck that you're in? So the first thing that we normally talk about when you want to do anything, this seems so simple, but almost everybody bypasses it. Number 1 step, you've got to commit. Another way to say this is you've got to show up. So if you want to get out of your situation right now, you've got to commit. So when I say, hey, I'm committed to increasing my production right now, there are some agreements that come along with that you have to make. So if I want to, I'm guessing that because this is a sales show, that there might be people on here that want to make more money, want to increase their income. Can we agree on that? Okay. So if you want to make more income, the first thing that you have to do is you have to commit to doing what's required to get there. If you don't know what is going to be required for you to get there, I would make a list. What is going to be required for me to show up and commit to making more money? Number 1, I'm going to have to actually do more. Are you committed to doing more? This might mean not showing up at 9 o'clock and only working till 6. This may mean working a little bit longer. This may mean sacrifices. This may mean sacrifices. So what does that mean? No TV, no mid-week boozing, no drinking during the week, boozy, right? Dude, I rarely drink during the week. If I like a glass of wine is like drinking during the week for me. So you guys out there, you're going out to happy hour, you're having cocktails, you get home, you're 3 deep, you start eating garbage, and then you sleep in, you skip the gym in the morning, and then you don't have energy for the first half of your day. I'm telling you, these things make a big difference in your productivity. This could also mean no drugs, obviously. Like, drugs are just going to slow you down no matter what. Smoking weed slowed me down for a long time. It shouldn't slow you down. This could also mean no guys, girls for a while. No dating, right? Now, this sounds pretty extreme. How committed are you to getting your goal? These are all things that I had to give up. Early wake up for the gym. Early wake up for the gym. I had to get in the gym at 5:30 in the morning if I wanted to get a workout before I went to the office for the day, so I had more energy so I could be more productive. So the first thing that you have to do if you want to increase your production, if you want to increase your results, if you want to do better, if you want to get out of where you are, you've got to commit. And you've got to understand that other agreements come with that commitment. It's not just saying, I want to make more money. Make sense? Yes. Good? Okay. So number 2, once you decide that you're actually going to show up and you're going to make the sacrifices required to commit, the second thing that you have to do is you have to learn. You need knowledge. Any area where you're stuck, any area where you lack confidence, it's because you don't know something. We talk about, like, if you don't know, if you don't KNOW, you end up with no. If you don't know, you end up with no. Nothing, nada, zilch. So if I want to get real physically fit, but I'm missing knowledge and information about what it takes to get fit. Like my trainer, I'm working out with a trainer right now. I go down there 4 times a week to work out with him, and my body's changing a little bit, but I'm missing like the big, man, I'm really starting to change. And he's all, dude, it's diet. There's something I don't know about my diet. He's like, dude, diet is going to be the thing. Diet is going to be the thing that gets you that final thing that you're looking for. But if I don't know the effective diet, I don't know my macros, I don't know if it's going to be intermittent fasting or keto or just a super low-fat diet. If I don't know something about that, I'm not going to get the result there. So for me, this was number 1, am I going to commit and show up and be all in every single day, show up at 6 a.m. to the office in the morning, because at this time when I first started with Grant, I was working on the West Coast. So I had to do 6 a.m. start days so that I could call businesses on the East Coast that were opening at 9 a.m. So I had to do that, number 1. I had to be willing to stay late. I had to be willing to wake up early to go to the gym first. I had to have no TV, no booze, no dating for a while so that I could be super laser focused in on my work and get things rolling. The second thing that I had to do was I had to learn. I had to get my knowledge up. I had to increase what I knew about sales. So in addition to learning, you got to figure out what that means. So for you, that may be you need to learn more about sales or selling. For me, it also meant that I had to learn more about my industry. Right? So I had to increase my knowledge of sales and selling. I used CardoneU.com for it. I had to learn more about my industry. I had to do research. That meant going home and trying to learn more about the industry I was in and where it was going than watching Dexter or Breaking Bad on Netflix and smoking weed and wasting 2 hours of my night. Right? Decisions had to be made. I had to start learning. I had to learn about the competition. Man, that was terrible. What's this? Industry. I had to learn about the competition. I had to figure out who else was in the space. I had to become an expert. Right? I had to learn more about how to promote promote and market myself to business owners in the space so that they'd know who I was, they'd take my call. So I had to learn a lot, but it wouldn't have come if I didn't make the commitment up front. What I'm walking you through right now is a process to get to the next level of where you want to go. If you're stuck right now, if you're stopped, this is the process. If you're just doing okay and you want to improve, this will get you there. And if you're doing great and you want to do even better, this will get you there. This works across the spectrum. So number one is commit. Number two, you need knowledge. This is when, like, if you can get the first two things out of the way, what happens is you come across, like, let me draw a picture of this. Okay? So number one is commit. Number two is you have to know. You have to build knowledge, right? Then what happens up here at number three, this is huge. You get confidence. Confidence is a byproduct of knowledge and commitment. So the more committed you are to learning and growing and developing, the more confident you'll be. A lot of people say, hey, how do I get more confident? You get more confident by getting committed to learning something so that you can increase your abilities and your skills. So like if somebody said, you know, Jarrod, I want you to go and I want you to make a presentation in front of a room of 3,000 people on women's makeup, and you've got to do it tomorrow. Dude, I would be freaked out. Not because of the people, but because I don't know what I'm doing. So a lot of you get frustrated and you lose confidence and you beat yourself up because you don't have knowledge in the thing that you're trying to do. Look in any area of your life where you lack confidence. Fernando's confident using, Frank is confident with a camera. He's confident in the video editor. Dude, if I put him on a sales call, he's going to drop his confidence because he doesn't know a lot about selling somebody on the phone. So this is, you want the key to confidence? You want to be more confident? I think a lot of people would say, hey, I want more confidence. But in what area? Like, you want more confidence? I know some people that would be terrified of selling something. But if I put a paintbrush or some pencils for them to draw, dude, their confidence goes through the roof. Or if you put a guitar in somebody's hand that knows how to play, their confidence goes through the roof. So any area in your life that you're lacking confidence, it's just simply because you don't know something. It's not a complicated thing. Like you think that you can't be confident in an area of your life because you just weren't built that way or you weren't born that way. I promise you it's because you don't know something. And the beautiful part is if there's an area in your life that you want to be more confident, you have full control of fixing it. How do you fix it? How do you fix your lack of confidence? Knowledge. You just have to learn something. So this is when this gets really exciting. This is where the majority of the heavy lifting is in this whole process. Okay, so number one, commit. Number two, increase your knowledge. Once you get your knowledge, then you get your confidence. If somebody told me you have to do a presentation about ladies' makeup in front of 5,000 people in 6 months, and I spend that 6 months building my knowledge about the topic, will I be better off? Will I be more confident? Right? Of course. Once you build confidence, and confidence, by the way, I wanted to tell you this. Confidence is the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something. Firm trust. The state of feeling certain about the truth of something. A feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. Dude, it all comes from knowledge in that area, from knowing. So then you build confidence. So step 1, to get unstuck, you've got to commit to getting out of where you're at. Step 2, you've got to increase your knowledge in the area that you're not getting results. This could be your relationship. If you got a bad relationship with your girlfriend, your husband, or your wife, whatever, it's because you don't know something about relationships. Promise you. If you have a bad relationship with your kids, because you don't know something. You're not getting the results you want in sales because you don't know something. You're losing more than you're winning in life. It's because you don't know something. You're missing information. Dude, people like, they're struggling at 30 grand a year or 40 grand a year or 50 grand a year, and they're like, what's wrong with me? Dude, it's simple. It's knowledge. It's knowledge that you don't have yet. And that's why you don't have confidence there. So once you build confidence, you've crested the top of the flow here. Then you start to build motivation. Motivation's a hot topic. People are always like, man, I need to be more motivated. I'm not so motivated. What do you think, based on this, that you would do to get more motivation? What do you think, Frank? What would I do to build more motivation? You just got to work backwards. Dude, if I want to be more motivated, I need to have confidence. If I need to be more confident, I need to know more. I need to increase my knowledge. And if I want to increase my knowledge, I need to commit to doing the work. This is very simple and like amazingly powerful. Motivation is the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. The general desire or willingness of someone to do something, right? So I've built my confidence, self-assuredness in my own abilities, and that's led to motivation, which gives me the general desire or willingness of someone to do something. Whoa. Motivation leads to action. In any area of your life, this works. If you are stuck in an area, if you're stuck in your relationship, do these 5 steps. If you're stuck in your business, do these 5 steps. If you are overweight, do these 5 steps. If you have a terrible diet, do these 5 steps. If you want more recreation, do these 5 steps. If you want to be more committed in your community, if you want to be more involved in your community, do these 5 steps. If you want action in any area of your life, it will require motivation, which requires confidence, which requires knowledge, which requires commitment. So simple. If you can pull this off right here, you will get everything you want in every area of your life. The challenge that most people make is they don't even get past step 1. They can't even commit, because what happens with commitment is you have to confront the sacrifices. This is what holds everybody back in life. Once you get rid of this freaking anchor right here, once you get rid of the sacrifices, once you move those out of the way, dude, you open yourself up to getting everything you want in your life. But you have to be willing to do this first so that you can get to the other layers of this. And this down here, dude, you start winning in a big way down here. This isn't just money. This is happiness. This is fulfillment, gratitude. Like anytime you take action, like do you ever like clean your house? Like if you just pick all your house is a mess and you pick it up, how do you feel when it's done? Good. You feel good. You feel accomplished. You feel like you did something. How do you feel when you did not want to go to the gym in the morning because it's 5 o'clock in the morning and you went anyways? When you get finished, how do you feel? Good. Production makes people happy. Doing things makes people happy. If you're not happy, you've got to get more done. Dropping bombs right here. I'm telling you, this gave me so much clarity in my life because it was so simple to follow and it works. Let's go to some callers. Jose, San Antonio. What's happening, man?
Hey, not much. Hey, Jarrod. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, dude. Appreciate you being here.
I have a quick question. So my commitment is is real estate. Okay. Now.
Well, no. Time out. You want, what do you want? What's the end thing that you want?
Investing in real estate.
Okay, so what you want is down here. You want investment real estate.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the desired result.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
So now, let's say, because I don't know whether to decrease a pay. Like, all right, I'm going to give you an example because I may not know how to explain it very well. But
yeah.
So let's say, for instance, I'm a truck driver and I get paid $100,000 a year, but I know that I need to get in front of people. I need to get into sales, so I need to my pay is going to decrease by dramatically because I don't have no customer service. And I'm going to end up getting paid about like $30,000 a year.
Okay.
If not, if anything, less than that. But I need to raise money and I need to educate myself in real estate. So those are my two main reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I don't know whether to raise, because if I'm in the trucking business, I'm raising money, but I'm working a lot of hours not educating myself. Now, if I'm in the customer service, I'm getting in front of people, and I'm not raising as much money, but I have a lot more time to educate in real estate.
Yeah, so what you're saying is, do you split your time on the customer service thing, or do you go to the truck thing? And the truck thing
Exactly.
pays you more than the customer service thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this starts here. What is your commitment to? Because this is really about the sacrifice.
Exactly. Yeah.
What are you going to give up? So basically, what sacrifice means is what you're willing to give up.
Yeah. Okay.
So that commitment, just look at commitment as what are you willing to give up? So if you were to stay with the truck driving thing, which is paying you more money, what are you willing to give up that goes around truck driving? This is your main thing. So you have 24 hours in a day. So let's say 12 hours over here and 12 hours over here. What happens during that day outside of truck driving that you're willing to give up? Because you can't add anything new without removing something. You can't make a commitment to get something without taking something away.
Okay.
So then you need to look at what goes around this. Like for some people, like you may have to go down to 5 hours of sleep. Like you may have to go down to 6 hours of sleep or whatever. You may have to do your truck driving. You may have to wake up at 5 a.m., study real estate investing and raising money from 5:30 to 7 a.m., then drive the truck from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., then come home and from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., you study real estate and education. And those are the only things that you do. You drive trucks, you educate yourself, you eat, and you sleep. And then you got to be willing to do that for a long enough time to see a result. I'm just telling you because that's exactly what I did. I was like, dude, I'm making $2,500 a month working for Grant. I know there's opportunity here. How do I get it? Simplify your entire life. I wake up, I exercise and eat, I go to work, I come home, I learn, and then I go to sleep.
So you think it's more into to managing your time pretty much?
Well, it's about taking away things that don't move you closer to the target.
Okay.
Which is commitment, which is sacrifice, which is what are you going to give up?
Right.
So you just need to find a way to take the thing that's paying your bills and stack the thing that you want around that. And when you start building up more knowledge and information about how to raise money, how to syndicate money, you've looked at deals, you've talked to brokers, you know the market, you know the area, dude, you start getting more confidence in your ability to pull that off.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then once you're like, dude, like if I'm training for a marathon, right? You don't just go run a marathon. You prepare for it. Like people
Right.
that train for marathons or the Ironman, like Todd, our sales director, he does the Ironman. He trains for like 6 or 7 months before he runs the Ironman. He doesn't just run right into the Ironman. He makes the sacrifices, time with his fiance, time with recreation, he makes the sacrifice for 6 months to prepare for the thing so that when he goes into the Ironman, he has confidence, he has motivation, he takes action, and he gets the result that he's looking for.
Gotcha. All right, Jarrod.
All right, bro.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your call. Next caller.
All right, you got Joshua Smith in Atlanta.
Josh, what's going on? Just
Hey,
Josh?
what's going on?
Yeah. What's going on, bro?
Hold up. There you go.
We good
Hey,
now?
can you hear me, Jarrod?
Yeah, I got you, bro. What's going on?
I'm doing well, man. How you feeling today?
Good. I'm feeling motivated, man.
Understood.
You know-
So this is where my issue is.
Yeah.
I'm in an industry right now where relatively I'm doing extremely well. I make roughly about $300 to $700 a day. That's during my business hours. But in the morning time, I'm practicing day trading, and unfortunately, I'm losing a lot of money. So I'm in a place where I'm losing maybe $200 in the morning, but then I'm making $700 from my actual online business. And I'm just trying to understand if I should still continue to move forward day trading. Should I make a commitment, a larger commitment to day trading, which I believe I've had done before in the past?
How long have you
Or,
been
should I
trading?
just
How
do
long
that?
have you been day trading?
3 years now.
How long have you been doing it successfully?
None. The last 2 years have been red years.
Yeah, so
Now,
that's...
and I know this is a little segue, but the reality is those losses on a day trade are actually offsetting my taxable income. So it's actually benefiting me in a sense.
Yeah, no.
If that makes sense.
Losing never benefits you, bro. Losing money never benefits you. It gives you a tax write-off, but you'd rather have the 200 than the tax write-off, right? So
I agree.
So, dude, like all I would say is that if you are doing what's your other business?
I run a credit repair business.
Okay, and so you run
I've
credit.
told you guys multiple times. You spoke to me before. I probably just don't remember.
Yeah. So what time of day do you spend on the credit repair business?
From 12 to 8 o'clock. I day trade from 8 to roughly 11 o'clock.
Okay. So from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. you're on the credit repair thing?
Yes, sir.
Dude, you need to spend from 8:01 through 11 p.m. or whatever time you go to bed with your face studying day trading.
Okay.
Like you
I
need to
typically spend the weekends doing studying, reviewing my mentor, and just understanding what I did wrong throughout the week.
Yeah, dude, you got to spend more time in education. The reason you're not winning more than you're losing is because there's something you don't know. You're missing something. Do people day trade and make money?
Of course. I have a mentor that turned a $500 account into over $1 million, and I literally witnessed him do it every single day.
So do multiple people make money in day trading?
The answer is no. 90% of day traders will lose money.
Yeah, but the 10% that do make money, how big is that number?
In regards to the population of day traders in the world?
Yeah, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands maybe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we know people can make money doing it.
I make money doing it, but I'm just not consistent enough.
No, I know.
I can turn it into, okay.
So my point is that if people are doing it, people are successful with it, then you have the opportunity to be successful. The difference between you and them is they know something or they do something that you don't know and you don't do. So
I agree. I completely agree.
It just goes back to knowledge.
I agree. And that's why I'm so glad you did this show today, because it really helped point things in perspective that there's an element of education that I'm not seeing, and this is the reason why I'm having red days consistently.
Yeah. So, dude, I'm looking at Monday through Friday. How can you pack in an extra 2 hours of learning? Saturday and Sunday, how can you be more focused and remove more things so that you're going deeper on the subject, you know? Doing more research, talking to more people, connecting to more people, finding out what works and what doesn't. Like, it's just it's a game of knowledge. Like, and particularly in that space, dude, like, you know, if you didn't work in a company where that was like you're on Wall Street and your job's to manage a portfolio, and you didn't get a finance degree from school. And I mean, dude, like, think about like the people that go to Wall Street have spent, dude, most of them went through Ivy League college. They had a single focus the whole way through. They wanted to be in the finance game. Like they've got. Did you go to college and get a degree in finance?
I did not.
Yeah, so
I did go to college.
Yeah, most day traders don't, right?
Yeah.
The point is that the people that are getting jobs at Goldman Sachs, working on the trading floor or whatever, doing trading throughout the day, dude, they've had experience. So you're 3 years in and you're wondering like, hey, how come the guy that goes to a 4-year school and then gets a job as an intern, and then 2 years later he's making $1 million a year trading? You're like, hey, how come I can't do that? Well, dude, he spent 4 years learning about it. He interned for 2 years, and then he did 2 years of sales and grinding and growing to build the $1 million income. So he's 4, 2, 2. He's 8 years into the deal. You're 3 years into, and he spent 4 years learning, 2 more years learning, and then 2 years practicing.
Completely agree, man.
So
I need to spend more time on education.
For sure, 100%. Dude,
Thank
appreciate
really
you calling.
Appreciate you, Jarrod.
All right, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
Great. All right.
One more time.
One more. Who we got?
We got Jermaine and Pensacola.
Jermaine, what's going on?
Hey, what's good, Jarrod? How are you?
I'm great, brother. What's your question?
All right, so my question, I have to divide it in like somewhat 2 steps because the first one is going to go along with the second one. So the question itself, the action that I'm trying to get, it's multiply my income in increments and surges. So the question itself
Increments of
is
what?
about the 40% rule. Surges and increments, or increments, yeah.
Increments of 3?
No, just increment, like to multiply pretty much.
Okay, you want to increase your income incrementally, okay?
Yes. So the question itself, it's about the 40% rule, all right? So in the Millionaire booklet, Grant talks about the 40% out of before taxes out of your income, and then whatever the surplus, he puts it back in the secret account.
Yep.
Now I understand that. So the first step of the question is pretty much this. So that's the part that he explains that he has to negotiate with the landlord because he didn't have enough money for the rent. So my conclusion was that because he took out the 40%, he didn't have enough left over to cover his expenses. So therefore, he had to negotiate, motivating him to hustle more so that next time when he takes the 40% out, he has enough for the to cover the expenses.
Yep.
And any surplus, he puts it back.
Yep.
Is
Okay.
that correct?
So what you're talking about here is how do I make the 40% rule work?
Yeah. I mean, is that how it works?
Yeah. So what you need to do is you need to. This is the backwards way to get to the answer to your question. So you want to know how to save 40% of your gross income. Think about this. If you make 10 grand a month and then you pay, let's say 30% in taxes, and then you save 40%, that leaves you with $3,000 a month. Okay, if you pay $1,000 a month for rent, which isn't real in Miami, that leaves you with $2,000. Can you live off of $2,000 a month?
Not currently. So I have to increase my productivity, right?
So then you need to look up here. So the 40% rule is about the math. So what you need to do is you need to figure out what you need up here in order to save 40%. So then what you got to do is you got to say, okay, how much money do you need to live off of?
All right.
How much money do you
me
need to live off of?
$3,000 a month.
$3,000 a month?
Yeah.
So you're close, dude. You need $3,000 a month to live off of. Okay? So if you make $12,000 a month, you pay 30% in taxes, that's $3,600. You save 40%, which would be $4,800. Let's see, 8 and 6, 14. It's $8,400, $3,600. Dude, you need to make $12,000 a month.
All right. So
now look. So this is the answer to your first question. The second part of the answer is, okay, how do I make $12,000 a month? Right? How much are you making right now?
Well, the second question, like that was part of the first question, so I get the math now. Now the second question itself, it has to do with the 40%, but related to the taxes. Like, how? So let me explain. So if I take 40% before taxes, how can I write that off? I understand if it's
you can't write it off, dude. Don't worry about, dude.
No?
Everybody. The most common question from people making less than $10,000 a month that we get is, how do I save on taxes? Dude, you're not even making enough money in the first place to worry about taxes. You need to worry about, before taxes, increasing your income. Like, don't even worry about the taxes thing if you're making less than $10,000 a month.
Okay.
You need to worry about getting your income up. Like, $10,000 a month, like we talk on this show, some of the positions that we take are a little extreme, because I'm thinking, how do I get from 1.5 million a year to 10 million? Every decision that I make is about, how do I get from 1.5 million a year to 10 million? And before it was, how do I get from 100K to 1 million? So the things that we talk about are how to make big money. Like, how to make big money. And I think most of the people that watch this show are on board with that. Like, you got to know that $10,000 is no money. It may pay your bills, it may get you comfortable, but $10,000 a month, dude, you're still in a liability position. You're still under threat. Like if anything bad happened, if a recession happened and you lost your job, if you make $10,000 a month, like, you're probably going to be okay for a couple months, but then you're going to be like, I'm out of money. Particularly in Miami. Miami, you're going to be living off of 6 after taxes. You're going to be paying $1,500 a month for rent, unless you live in a part of the town where it's less expensive. So now you're down to $3,500 a month after rent. You got a car payment, you got food. Dude, you're left with no money to save. So, like, don't worry about taxes until you're making 25 or 30 grand a month and you're buying things to invest in. Like, you have to deploy your money and get it to work for you to have any big tax advantages. You can try to play all these tricks and games, but dude, you need to spend 100% of your attention on making more money.
All right.
Cool.
Awesome, Jarrod.
Dude, get your money right, bro.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Okay, guys, so quick recap. 5 steps, simple steps to get more of what you want in any area of your life. Number 1, you got to commit. Number 2, you got to get knowledge. Number 3, you got to get your confidence right, which will happen as a byproduct of increasing your knowledge. Number 4, you got to get motivated, which will happen as a byproduct of having more confidence. See, like, really, you have to do these 2 things. And then 5, because you have motivation, you will take action. And the actions move you into results. It's simple, folks. There's success on a whiteboard for you. Simple process. I took the time to decode it, demystify it. I looked backwards and say, hey, what worked? any area you want to do better, you want to do more, you want to make more, you want to be more, follow these 5 steps and you'll be on your way to getting it. Thanks for coming this week. Remember, the only people who condemn the hustle are the ones who've already given up on the hustle themselves. We'll see you next time.